Hey everybody, it's Keith with BobsCNC. Welcome to Shop Talk, and I'm here again with my best friend Bob.
And I'm here with my best friend Keith. And what are we talking about today?
We're talking about product portfolio.
Oh, that sounds marketing.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like that.
Yeah.
Well, what I wanted to go over is kind of like, what am I getting, what kind of bang for my buck when I'm looking for a CNC.
That makes sense.
Now, we don't compare with other manufacturers.
No, we have a policy not to. First of all, because it would be biased, and second of all, is we don't really pay attention to what. I mean, we've never bought any other person's machine.
We haven't done reverse engineering.
Yeah,
or anything like
we
that.
build our own, right? Design our own. So we're not really good at comparing.
Right.
Other than we can compare ours to each other, and we can just give you the features.
Yeah, we can talk about features and components, because that's the thing that really differentiates the machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so when we start with the Evolution 3. What am I getting as far as construction?
So you're getting the the 5mm Baltic birch plywood that everybody's familiar with. You're getting some, it's designed so that it's rigid enough to do what it was designed to do, right? Cutting woods and plastics. You're in the if you have your own router and make your own spoil board, you use $700, but if you want all of that added, it's around $900. So a little bit less than $1,000 for this kit. It's an entry-level kit. It's going to give you the ability to make signs and do full 3D relief carving if you have the software. And it's a lighter weight machine. You're not going to get the speeds and feeds that you would with a more expensive machine.
Right.
But if you're a hobbyist and you're not running production, or if you're running production, you could always have multiple of them. It's not going to be as fast as say like a $30,000 or $40,000 machine, or even our KL7 series. It'll probably cut. We were testing maybe 100 inches a minute, 80 inches a minute.
Yep.
At like a little less than a six, or maybe it was a 16th to a little bit more than a 16th.
16th,
yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll move along, but it'll give you a good accuracy to make your projects. It's just not going to be the KL7 series, but let's go up to the Evolution 4, because maybe
what is the difference?
The difference really is the cutting area. So the Evolution 3 is going to give you a 16-inch by 18-inch cutting area. And the Evolution 4 is going to give you a 24-inch by 24-inch cutting area.
But you've got the same drive components.
It's really it's same machine.
Same controller.
Just one's bigger than the other.
That's it.
Yeah, a couple of different firmware values, but same machine, yes.
And the firmware, that's really all you're doing is
changing
the
some
size
values.
of the cutting area.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they have a 3.3-inch Z travel, 85 millimeters if you like millimeters. That's the travel.
3.364.
Yeah, okay.
Why?
Yeah, you divided by 25.4.
Just like that.
Just like that. Wow.
I'm awesome.
You are.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you got a 16 by 18 or 24 by 24. If you need to go bigger, you need to step up to the KL733, which is a 36-inch by 36-inch. However, it's around 2,000, a little bit more than 2,000. So if you've got about $2,000 to spend, let me go over some of the features. First, it's the 9-ply Baltic birch, right? But it's going to give you the 3-foot by 3-foot, and you're also going to get 5 inches of Z travel on a ball screw. Right. So
what's the benefit of the ball screw?
Well, the ball screw, it's preloaded, so it's going to have virtually zero backlash. It's going to be able to spin really fast. It's going to be really accurate for your Z height, right? So it's the premium way to go, right? So you might find some others in this price range that have a belt drive or an Acme screw like our Evolution 3 does, but ours has a ball screw.
Okay.
So the next thing you're going to find on the X and Y is you're going to have a Bell Everman drive. This is a clever design. You guys know, if you know me at all, that I love this design. It's a way to do belts without getting any of the belt stretch.
Right.
Because you have a dynamic belt and a static belt. There's information out there on that. So that you're going to get that. And not only that is, again, if you're looking at the $2,000 range, you're going to see that you're going to find NEMA 23s, which is the size of the stepper motor. But don't be too fooled by that. You really want to go by ounce inches. So figure out the torque that it has.
Right.
Instead of foot-pounds, it's ounce inches.
Right.
But we run at 435. But more importantly than that, we run servos. so we have a closed loop system. So there's encoders on these servos, and they're hooked to servo drivers.
Okay. The benefit to a closed loop system versus open.
Yeah, the system knows where it's at. So if it screws up,
What does that mean?
If a stepper motor system screws up, you guys all know you get firewood really fast. It'll start cutting in a different area if it skips steps or something bad happens. In a servo drive system, if something bad happens, it's not where it's supposed to be. It sends a code back to the Arduino, and the Arduino shuts it down, and you don't lose your work. So yeah, it's a good. I mean, it's just a really neat system for a little bit extra. So,
but you're also getting more torque, so that affects your speed and feed.
Yeah. So we got customers running all out. As a matter of fact, honestly, the Z drive is going to be your limiting factor because it's not as fast as the XY. We actually jogged this thing at like 1,500 inches per minute, but we slowed it down to 1,000 inches per minute to make sure that we didn't tear up the machine, right? And the Z can't move that fast because it's a ball screw, and it has a lot of resolution, but you give up some speed. So when you're doing 3D relief carving, people are running all out, like 300 inches a minute, cutting full depth on a step over cut. And I think people are doing the bit diameter and still walking away with 80 to 130, 40 inches per minute. So we are a little less aggressive in our shop now because we're trying to make sure that the bit lasts all day as we're cutting, right? Because we change bits every day. So we're running at a little over 0.1 inches per pass. I think at 140 or 150 inches per minute the last time I checked with Jonathan. So the machine is quick. And if you're gonna look at a machine that's around $2,000, it's a good one to compare with to others with. So check that out. The other thing that you're going to want to see is this one has a 48 volt power supply, as we talked in an earlier video.
Right.
Power is really, in the electrical world, volts times amps. So 48 volts at the 4 amps is a pretty good bit of power to move the machine around. And it moves around really well. If you join our Facebook group and take a look at the people that have the KL7 series, you can ask them questions about that. So then the next one would be if you got a little bit more, or you need a little bit more area, we have more room, cutting area. The KL744 is a 48 inch by 48 inch. Still get
soon to be with the extension kit. 4x8.
Yeah, so we haven't done that yet, but it's coming. So we got to write a manual and do some testing.
Right.
But back to the 44. So you got 4 foot by 4 foot. Still get the 5 inches of travel. You get all of the same things that you would get with the 33 with the ball screw and the Bell Everman, the 48 volt power system. So you will like this machine if you compare it, guaranteed. The customers that we've had have been really successful. We actually run KL755s. We don't sell these at this time, but they're actually 5 foot by 5 foot machines to make these machines with. And we've been running them for quite a little over a year, close to 2 years maybe. Yeah, time does fly.
A little over a year.
Yeah.
A little over a year.
So that's kind of our portfolio. And as Keith said, we're going to be putting together an extension for the 44. I already have it designed. I've actually shown some pictures of that out there on the groups. But we need to actually put one together, do some testing, make sure it's going to hold up before we open it up for the market. And I do not have an idea of what that's going to cost yet, but it will be competitive for sure.
So guys, when you're shopping, looking around, make sure you're comparing apples to apples. If you got any questions, you can get a hold of us at the help desk at BobsCNC.com. So till next time.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Bye.
See ya.